Okay, we're into Access Chapter 4 now. We're looking at Skill 4.1 using the Simple Query Wizard. A query is something that you haven't seen yet in Access. A query is basically a way to pull specific data from your tables, and display that data for you. Where the basic elements of a query are what you're going to display, which is in your select part. So what fields do you want to list? Name, phone numbers, addresses, and then there's the tables that you're looking at, finding those in, and then there's the conditions that you apply to that query. So if you're looking for name and email addresses for people in the city of Toledo, that part, the criteria part, would be the city being Toledo. So that's the basic components of a query. To add a query, it's very similar to creating forms or reports. We select the table we want to start out with, go to Create. We're going to go to Query Wizard here. We're just going to look at the Simple Query Wizard right now. So let's select that, hit OK. And this looks very similar. We've seen this before. We're going to select the fields that we want. So like I said, let's say we want to see first name, last name, and email address, and we'll even use the example I had of everyone who lives in Toledo. So I hit Next. It already has the fields. That's all you do in the Query Wizard. If I hit Finish, it shows me everybody in the database or in the patrons table. It shows their first name, their last name, and their email address. Now if I want to add criteria to this, I have to change my view. I may be getting ahead of myself here. I change my view to Design View, and down here I can add criteria. What I'd have to do is add the city in, and then in criteria put in Toledo. Now when I run my query, I get everyone who lives in Toledo. Now these are actually two different Toledos. One is Oregon, one is Ohio. For the query, it doesn't know that. I might have to specify which state if I wanted a specific state, one or the other. But that's how you can add criteria. Again, it's in the design view. I just add it in there. Now I can add city in and not display it. To do that, I just uncheck the show. And then when I run my query, I still have name and email address, but I don't show the city. I'm just filtering based on that. So that's skill 4.1. Might have got ahead of myself there with some of the stuff, but we'll see how things go with the other lessons. Your code word is ROSE, R-O-S-E.